What's going on, everybody? It's been about, what, 6-7 days since I've done a video. I did say in the last video that I would post, and I gotta lower this fireplace volume. It's a little crackly. But in any case, I decided to take a little break. And then, it was cold weekend. It's gonna be cold. Tonight it's gonna get cold, which is why I'm doing a video now. I took today off because I really needed it, and I really needed a pipe. And you know it's cold when I break out the Bob Rondo sweatshirt, and that's the name of my father, is Bob. It's got the moose on it. It's pink. It's very relaxed, bum around type of sweatshirt. Very comfortable. It's great to have in the shed. The heat's going. It's warm. It was cold in here earlier. It was 40-ish. We're up to 51 now, so we've cranked up the heat pretty well. We're very cozy and relaxed in here. This is too loud. I gotta. Might not be too bad on the camera here, but me in person, it's pretty loud. But took today off. I had some errands I wanted to do. I got some of them done. One of them was getting more propane for the heater here, Mr. Buddy, because I burned out a lot of heat because it's been kind of cold at times in here. So I got that. Though when I exchanged the propane tank, it was hard to pick them out. I had to dig deep to find one that's actually full. But yeah, needed a day off. I needed to relax. I got to go down to Lowe's, get some stuff in a little bit. I woke up with, last night kind of too, but it's hard to say per se because I came home yesterday after I was burnt out from work, and I'll get into that in a minute. This is kind of a pipe sesh, just shooting the shit kind of video today. No reviews or anything like that. Although I do got tobacco coming, thanks to an inside source in Rhode Island, hooking me up and pointing me the right direction to get some tobacco that I wanted to review. So they should be here tomorrow. But I was feeling in the dumps yesterday at work, and I came home and I don't know if it was like a stress headache or whatever, but I started feeling like garbage. I don't know if you can tell my voice. My voice seems to be better. You know, when you first wake up, you got that groggy voice, and it's kind of just, as the day goes on and you're talking more, it gets normal. I have a little more nasally than I normally am, but I woke up with this pressure all in here and this headache, and I started thinking, oh boy, maybe it's the Omicron COVID cocktail or something, and I don't think it's necessarily that. I didn't have a fever or anything. I ended up taking an Advil. My headache seems to subside. It's still there, like there's that dull headache kind of feeling going there, and you feel the little pressure in the nose and the sinuses there, but for the most part, I feel all right now. I'm actually getting some homemade COVID tests, not the homemade, the home COVID tests are coming today from Amazon, so maybe I'll give it a whirl, see if it, maybe I'll make a video on it. I don't know, we'll see. But, yeah, so this pipe is a pleasure. It's a treat to have today. I broke out the LJ Peretti coffee blend. It's a perfect blend for a blustery January day. Right now it's actually kind of warm. It's in the 40s, but the wind is kicking up, and it's supposed to get really cold tonight, which is why I won't be doing a video in here tonight. I may do a video tomorrow in here when it's like 12 degrees. We'll see. I did say I would do a video when it's like 5 degrees in here so you guys can get an idea. But thankfully, I haven't brought out the blankets yet. I've been pretty comfortable in the shed considering the cold days that I've been in here. Things are looking pretty good in here. They're not bad. Nice and comfy. The shed needs some cleaning. Spring can't get here soon enough. But anyway, so work has just been awful, to sum it up. It hasn't been a pleasure for 2 years, really, but it's just getting worse and worse. The environment is not, I don't know, it's just not a good place to be. And I'm the one who tends to go by the notion if something bad is in your life, you kind of cut ties with it. I've done that with people in my life, some family members, friends, former friends and stuff. I have no problem cutting off the dead weight, even if it means I'm the dead weight. Sometimes I've had to cut myself off because I'm the dead weight. But work is getting to that point. So, I don't know. It's very stressful, even though it shouldn't be, because the job's not that hard. It's fairly easy and stuff. It's just the environment's not very conducive to productivity, if you will. But maybe I'm just feeling in the dumps, because like I said, since September, I've been in this funk. And I noticed it mostly because I haven't been reading like I normally do. Now, some of you might know from my videos, previous videos, that typically I read 5 to 7 books at a time. I jump from one chapter, then I go into another book, read another chapter. I kind of bounce around, which, you know, my brain just works like that. Some people think that's the craziest thing in the world. But since September, I kind of lost my mojo with that. I don't know why particularly, but I don't know if it was because I was turning 45 in October, and I've had this like existential crisis type thing, which is part of why work is not enjoyable at the moment, is because I've just basically I'm in a depression, really. And this happens every year, but my depression isn't like the typical depression of like, I guess, normal people, where it's sad and, you know, it's because of relationships or this, that, or whatever. Mine is, it's like the existential depression, like, or nihilistic depression, if you will, or philosophical depression, because I turned 45, and I guess I've been contemplating life right now, and I've said this on the videos a couple of times. You know, I mentioned my daughter being 10 now, my father in his 70s, and I'm in the middle like my father was with my grandfather, all that stuff, but I don't know. I just kind of lost focus and been in a bit of a depression philosophically, really. It's not like I'm upset about something or really, you know, it's just this funk. And, you know, work doesn't help at all. Actually, work kind of adds to the situation where, you know, you're 45, you sit at a desk for several hours, your back starts to ache because you've been doing it for 20-some-odd years, and you're in this cubicle, and you barely get a window to look outside and see the trees and whatnot. And humans aren't really meant to be cooped up in an office all day for 7 hours, 360 some odd days a year, right? But you got to pay the bills, so you know it is what it is. But then, you know, the other day I see something on my Facebook. Hold on a second, might get a little serious here. Where a old acquaintance, although I'll call her a friend, but we're more acquaintances, that type of thing, where way back in the 2000s, the early 2000s, in my crazy drinking days, my buddy Jeff and his wife used to have, we always used to have parties and gatherings. I used to as well. Very small. Theirs were more bigger than me. I always liked an intimate crowd. I didn't like no more than 5, really. We used to go to his parties, and his wife's sister, Kelly, pretty girl, fun girl to be around, great to talk to, and she used to gravitate towards me and my buddy Tim, and she'd always come over to us and talk to us, because she'd say, well, you guys are down to earth, you're not like the other party guests or whatever, you're not snooty or whatever. And we never were. We were very salt of the earth drinking type of people. And she was a lot of fun. She was great. And unfortunately, this past Friday, not the Friday I'm recording this, last Friday, she passed away. And it kind of hit me, because she was only 4 or 5 months younger than me or so. And she was 44, and she passed away, and it sucks. It just really sucks. It's like you're just beginning, you're right in your 40s, you're just getting shit straightened out, and life is getting a little easier for you to enjoy. Not always. I mean, I still struggle as well. But it was awful. And you think to yourself, and I'm thinking to myself, so I got cancer or something and was on my deathbed, and I'm sitting there thinking things. I wouldn't be happy with the way things turned out, in the sense that I didn't live life to its fullest and what I needed to do and wanted to do. Because, I'm contemplate all these things. I've left a lot on the table in my youth. I did a lot of other things that were crazy and fun and interesting that I didn't think I was going to do. So it's kind of that, you won some, you lost some, or whatever. But there was no real regrets of like I could have done this. There's some, but not all, with living your life to your fullest. But then you settle into this 9 to 5 job type stuff and this cubicle life and working for a pension that you're never going to see your retirement. You're going to probably die before you see any of that money, really, all of it. So I don't know. I've been contemplating these things and thinking about them, and the job that I do, the type of job I do, I've always said when I pass on, I don't want it even mentioned in my little blurb that's in the newspaper, which is kind of sad in itself, right? You end up with this little blurb in the paper if your family decides to do that, or you get a headstone, or you're in an urn or something like that, and there's not much left of you, right? I guess I have these videos and the podcast stuff, but I don't know. It seems like in the last couple of years we've had COVID, so it's screwed up some of my plans, and I'm sure you all plans too. I bought my Jeep. I plan on overlanding with it. I don't like even using the word overlanding, but I want to take adventures on it and do things, go camping and stuff, and a lot of that's been on hold. But I got to get out there and explore and do things, so I'm looking to change that. But work is not making things... I don't know what the word really is, but it's wearing on you. You sit there, you do your menial job, you put the cogs in the wheel and stuff, and I'm sitting there thinking about, wow, wouldn't it be great if right now I was just parked my Jeep and looking at the Grand Canyon, or over in, I don't know, in Moab, checking out all those trails, exploring, or, heading out there to see a sunrise over the, whatever, in some forest somewhere or something like that. Or checking out some kind of haunted location. You guys know I love scary things like that, like the folklore and all those tales and stuff. Or looking for Bigfoot. Something more meaningful than just sitting there in a cubicle putting shit in the computer to make somebody else happy. Like, Bukowski says this. It makes no sense getting up early in the morning, shit, shower, and shave, stuff food in your mouth, and then go to work. And I'm paraphrasing, by the way. I'm not really giving the quote. Just to do it all over again and feel like I feel like I'm losing my soul a little bit every day. For 23 years I felt that way, but it seems more prevalent now than ever before. So there might be some changes coming in my life. I'm entertaining looking for a new job. I ideally like to work from home. Or be my own boss. That would be nice. I don't know what I would do, though. That's the problem. Maybe I should be a life coach. which most of them are frauds anyway. They're just scamming you for money. But some of them are actually good. But, most of them are just... Their life is no better than your life, right? So, I don't know. I'm entertaining these crazy things. This tobacco is good. Perfect tobacco for this right now. Although I'm getting a little more deeper in my life's meaning and stuff, I probably should have went with maybe the Professor would have been a good tobacco for this. But I do like this. This is a blustery day. It's good. I don't know. Definitely got to hit the trails and explore things. I say this. I hope I can do it. You never know what can happen. Life happens, which is last year, same thing. I was a little careful with the whole COVID situation. I didn't want to go too crazy or anything. I wanted to go to New York and explore a few things, but, they had their COVID regulations, and I didn't want any part of that, so I just kind of stuck around here. Well, hopefully soon this summer we'll be over the hump of the craziness, I hope. Then again, right, you got to go out and live your life, no matter what the dangers are, so you should just go out and do it. That's the point of life. I get stuck in this existential, I guess this is the season for it, the existential, nihilistic, stoic, absurdism kind of all clashing into one philosophical viewpoint, Some days it's very bleak with the nihilistic side of things, like it's meaningless, pointless, and it means nothing. Then you go Camus and kind of like, oh, hey, it means nothing. There's no point of any of this, but you might as well have fun while you're here, which is the side I normally fall on. I don't know, sometimes you just get that panicky feeling of like, hey, dude, you're going to be 60, 70 before you know it. You better start doing things and living your life your way and stuff. So, not that I don't. I've always done my own thing and marched at the beat of my own drummer. Anyone who knows me can really tell you that for the most part. But, I don't know. I don't mean to rant today, because that's not the point of this. I like to relax and chill out, and I just needed to get this off my chest, I guess. Probably should get back into my stoicism a little bit more to focus, which does help most of the time. I know a lot of people, they get mad at me because I'm very indifferent, or I don't get excited over things like, bad situations or whatever. I'm kind of just even keel. I kind of keep it internally. Internally, I'm fired up, but I just kind of keep it in balance and whatnot. But, I have my moments. I am human. I just try to keep that in check and then let it out when I need to let it out, which is what I'm doing here right now, I guess. Or maybe I'll be an entrepreneur, right? That's another. Most of those seem like scam artists as well. I think there's a handful that are actually, you could say that, but the others are just scamming you into some pyramid scheme, it seems like. I don't know. And I wouldn't want to do that. But I do contemplate the life coach thing, because I do have quite a bit of experience. I'm brutally honest. That drives most people nuts. I actually do like helping people. Or I should go back to school and be a therapist. I don't know. Good options, right? This gives you, this blend, a very, like, black coffee with a bit of, like, sweetness to it. Not the smoke, but, like, the notes you're pulling in are pretty good. And, of course, the Peterson pipe, the pub pipe, which N.W. Piper. Can't thank you enough for pointing me in the right direction and kind of made me want to pull the trigger. But in any case, I don't want to go on too long. This is kind of a long video as it is. But thank you guys for listening to me. If you watched the video all the way through. Some of you might not have. I get it. I understand. It's not a review or anything. But it feels good to get it off your chest, though, and speak about the... I mean, I might as well call it depression, but it's not that typical depression type thing. Like you're thinking dark, suicidal type things or anything like that. It's more of a... I need to figure out shit in my life kind of depression. Get your house in order, basically. Anyway, coming up, probably this weekend, maybe tomorrow. If I do get one of the tobaccos in tomorrow, I'll probably do a review on them. I'm not going to say what they are. You probably know what they are, but... I'm going to do some little tobacco shopping. Probably want to go back in the house later. Get some more blends going for 2022. Well, the other thing I was contemplating was starting another channel to keep the Jeep stuff separate from the pipe stuff. Or do I keep it all under one umbrella? That's the big question. I know a lot of you like the pipe stuff more than anything. A lot of you are here for that, and me just babbling on while I smoke a pipe. which is great. I love that. But I do have other interests, and the Jeep is one of them, the Gladiator, and I'd like to kind of get into that, but I'm not sure if I should separate the two channels or I'll keep it under one umbrella. I'm contemplating that. Plus, I am really seriously considering getting back into podcasting with a true crime podcast, or 2 or 3 actually. I have 3 ideas, but we'll see. Scrumptious. You can't go wrong with LJ Peretti. Anyway, that's going to do it. I went long. I apologize. I know people's attention span's short. I didn't want to go too long, but it was a good pipe sesh. Had to get it off my chest. Feel good. I normally don't like to bitch or complain about things. I kind of just internalize it and move on and figure it out. But I wanted you guys to see that, you know, it's not always sunshine and rainbows, as Rocky would say, right? We all struggle with this stuff, you know, the figuring things out in life and whatnot. And I wanted you guys to see that side of things. It's not always me happy with a pipe and talking and stuff. So I just wanted you guys to know that. And if anybody needs someone to talk to because they're feeling in the dumps worse than me, you can reach out to me. I don't mind talking to you. I've done it to a few people. Kind of talk them back down. I do that at work a lot with my coworkers too. So I don't mind doing that. So if you're struggling, reach out to me or anybody. Find help if you need to. But anyway, that's enough. Thanks, guys. Take care. Keep your mind sharp, and I will see you guys on the next one.